Hello everyone and welcome back to Support K-pop News. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the third court hearing trial that happened in the ongoing lawsuit that is still ongoing between New member named Danielle and ADOR. And so with all that being said, let's get straight right to the video right now. At the beginning of this court hearing, a lot of us have one question on our minds. Is Ador finally going to present any type of evidence? And the answer to that question is yes, but at the same time, it looks bad for them because as soon as they presented any type of evidence, this is what the judge had to say to them about it. I'm confused as to whether the evidence you presented is intended for the court or for the reporters and the media. I will only allow the presentation of evidence that serves to explain the case to the court. After this happened, the second question on our minds is whether Ador was able to get the witness statements from all the companies that they said that Danielle had allegedly signed with and the reason on why this lawsuit had happened in the first place. But it seems that Ador has now failed to do that because it says right here. Adore failed to write emails to the companies they allege Daniel signed contracts with. The judge already told them there's no way they wouldn't respond to Hype as an entity, and finally, the judge has immediately directed that emails must be sent from court during the hearing today. After Adore failed to get any type of witness statements at all, they then lied in court, and the reason why I said that is because in the court and in the lawsuit, Adore said that the reason why Eugene's ever thought about ever coming back to them is because this is what they had to say about it. Now, look, first off, in this core hearing news so far, what have we gotten out of it? First off, we already know that Adore failed 3 times to provide any type of witness statements from any of the companies that they said that Danielle has signed with. And I feel like at this point, if you have been following this news, you would have known that this point that Adore is trying to say is true has already been proven to be false. Secondly, I'm happy to hear that Dor has now finally provided some type of evidence, but at the same time, I feel so bad for them because the evidence that they provided is not the right type of evidence at all. So, what am I going to say about this? Dor, I hope that you better pick up the pace because at the rate that this is going, I fear for the worst and I fear that you are going to lose this lawsuit sometime very soon. After Adore failed to get any type of witness statements at all, they then lied in court, and the reason why I said that is because in the court and in the lawsuit, Adore said that the reason why Eugene's ever thought about ever coming back to them is because this is what they had to say about it. You left on your own, came back after the court ruled against you. Now you're saying, but you told us to come back and promise to forgive the past. Now look, I feel like by Door saying this, that this is a lie for them because think about it. Ever since New Jeans lost the lawsuit, what has happened? First off, only 3 members came back. One member is in a really bad lawsuit with the company, and also one member is reportedly still in talks with the company to come back even after 7 months. That is why I feel like by Door saying this, that is why I feel like Adore has not lied in front of everyone. And if you thought that was the only bad statement coming out from Adore's side, well, you are wrong because Adore has now made a bold claim stating that all members of Eugene's has now signed a dual contract with a K-pop company named AAO. The contract auto-renews itself unless a party wants to terminate it. The members who return to ADOR have requested to terminate their contract with AO, and ADOR is still working on terminating the contract. Also, it goes on to say this. Unlike other members, Danielle was not cooperative. Even though ADOR was informed just recently that members who returned are to terminate their contracts. And finally, keep this in mind, all the above statements has not been established as a fact by the court and is allegations presented by DOR's legal team in court. Now look, do I think that the statement from ADOR is true or not? For me, I don't think so. Because first off, like let's say if it was true, how come one member is still in talks with the company, and how come one member is still in a lawsuit, and how come only 3 members came back? Like that makes no sense to me at all. Because if the member who is still in talks with the company is a part of this company, like how are they supposed to come back to this company named ADOR unless, like it says right here, that they terminate their contracts with this company? That is why, for me, I'm only going to say this. I'm going to have to wait and see if this report from ADOR is true or not, and unless it is reported to be true, I'm going to have to stay on the fact that this report is not true at all. Now, as we move on to the end of this court hearing trial, it was announced and it was also reported that ADOR has once again tried to extend the trial by asking for a 2 to 3 month period to submit their appraisal request in the Danielle case, meaning that ADOR tried to extend the trial by finding somebody to help them win this case, but it seems that the judge has now denied their request because the judge has now given them all the way up to July 10th to find somebody to help them win this case. And finally, the last thing that happened in this lawsuit is that the judge announced that the 4th court hearing trial date is going to happen on July 23rd, and that the 5th court hearing trial date is going to be happening on September 10th of this year. And for the real last part of this news, it was announced a day after this lawsuit happened that Danielle's side has now put out a statement regarding if New Jeans had actually signed a dual contract with AO, and in their statement they denied all allegations because in their statement this is what they said. And for the real last part of this news, it was announced a day after this lawsuit happened that Danielle's side has now put out a statement regarding if New Jeans had actually signed a dual contract with AO, and in their statement they denied all allegations because in their statement this is what they said. Danielle, along with the other New Jeans members, has not entered into nor attempted to enter into dual exclusive entertainment contracts with any specific company. I'm happy to hear they denied all allegations because, like I said, if it were true, then I would have been very surprised because I honestly didn't think that New Jeans would ever go behind anybody's back. And also, like, if it were true, then there would have been reports saying that New Jeans signed with that company. But since there were no reports about that, I had a feeling that this report about New Jeans signing with another company was not true. But thank you so much as always for watching my K-pop news video, and don't forget as always to like, comment, and to also subscribe down below for more K-pop news like this one. Anyways, that's it for today, and I will see you next time. Bye!